action tonight. Richmond Raceway set to go for the next stop of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters tonight. Memorial 200 presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters on your home for sim racing, LSRTV. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. We're Wesley Outland, joined alongside by Charles Wooten at the LSRTV headquarters in Wichita Falls, Texas. And my son, Nathan, is Cat's Booth. Nathan, what's up, bud?
What's up?
You like iRacing, don't you? You checked them out the last time. Matter of fact, when the pandemic was going on, Charles, me and you worked a race in Richmond tonight. This should be fun, Charles.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a fun race as qualifying ongoing, and we'll see who is at the top of the charts. And, you know, I hate to bring up one league's news into another, but we kind of have to, in a sense here, recently getting the axe, the boot, from Adrenaline iRacing League on Sunday night. So that he's a force to be reckoned with in the SNB Cup Series.
That's exactly right. And again, we get ready for tonight's events of the SNB Cup Series. It is again tonight the Charles Gardner in Memorial 200. This race is named after Christian Gardner's grandfather, who recently passed away. So our thought to the number 7 of Christian Gardner and his family in the passing of Charles Gardner. 200 laps around Bristol. 30-minute practice about to wrap up. Then we go into 2-lap qualifying. We'll find out who the Mountaineer Outfitters. We will find out who it will be. RaceOnTexas.com race information will also have the 200-lap feature. So, drivers to watch here, obviously, Braxton DeWeese. He won Daytona, Kansas, Michigan. Ross Tatum, he won Bristol and last week at Atlanta. Thomas Fisher won Road America. Those drive the broadcast tonight. You know they're locked in. Ross Tatum scored his second win of the season, his third career win on the SNB Cup. Solid restart with 3 laps to go. Tatum seems to be emerging, Charles, as the series title threat to Braxton DeWeese and several others. What can you say about what he did last Wednesday?
Yeah, you know, knowing that you're in the postseason, you don't have to stress the race as much as you do normally. That's a good thing for any driver. Having that stress, that monkey on your back, knowing that you want to win the championship, you don't have a win, it definitely can weigh on these drivers. So to get is good. Getting multiple wins, getting those bonus points is even better.
And again, for the most part, as we look at this race, preparation, we're in race number 7 of 12 in the regular season. Then we move into the playoffs. 3 races in the round of 12, 3 in the round of 8. We know at least 3 drivers that are going. Keep an eye on Matt Dyer, a strong runner-up finish last week in the number 88 machine. I believe he's due for. And, you know, we got to keep an eye also, not only that, but the point standings. As it stands right now, Braxton DeWeese, 3 wins, 6 points. He's in the postseason. You've got Matt Dyer, second in the points right now. But with a win, you automatically lock yourself into the playoffs. As we move halfway through the season of races tonight at Richmond, Charles, when does the mindset become, okay, now I don't need to do this by points to go to the playoffs?
You know, I would say it starts now. When you're halfway through and you haven't got a win yet, I think, okay, I've got to do something. You know, if you're a couple of races in and you think, okay, you know, it's competition's tough, now you got to be wondering, you know, what do I have to do to get a win? Especially for some of these drivers we've seen week in and week out that have been really close to getting one. It just hasn't panned out. Their strategy hasn't worked. I think it's time for them to think, okay, I need to, you know, maybe pull a Sean Brightsman as we see in the Northwest Cup and Truck Series and pull a strategy that's just way out there that may possibly work.
There you go. So the stage is set, the field is gritting, and we are going to find out who the Mountaineer Outfitters Fast Qualifier was as we get ready for the Team 126 Racing starting lineup. Ah, the music is back as well. Thank you, Charles. Team 126 Racing and Braxton Dewey's is your Mountaineer Outfitters fast qualifier. He will be on the pole in the number 8 machine out of Ohio. To the outside of row 1, Jacob Grant in number 52. Row 2 will find Evan Coleman in the 51. Ross the Boss Tatum, the 21, the Atlanta Bristol winner as well. Row 3 in the grid will find Robbie Helms in the 18. Joshua Altus in car number 94. Row number 4, Andrew Cody in the number 48. I always do that to you, Cody. Andrew Cody in the 48. Matt Dyer, runner-up last week in Atlanta. He'll fire off 8th in the 88. And to round out your top 10, Logan Brakey in the 2, and Thomas Fisher, winner at Road America in the playoffs. He's your top 10 here at Richmond.
And row 6 going to be the 96, so Zach Peterson on his outside. Kevin Martin in the 46 machine. Alongside row 7 each other, going to be Eric Stamp in the 69 and Christian Gardner, teammate to Kevin Martin in that number 7 machine. In row 8, going to be the 29 of Rob Sherwood. We'll see. We didn't see him practice a whole lot. Interesting to see how he does in tonight's race. And the 20 of Spencer Best. Row 9 is going to be the 12 of Caleb Smith and Chris Smith. We got the father and son duo on row 9. Row 10 going to be the 11 of Tanner Johnson and the 54 of Tom Bourne, who recently made the playoffs in ARL. We'll be talking to him on Sunday. And rounding up the field, the 13 of Jake Rager.
21 drivers ready to go. Nathan, you've seen iRacing on Daytona, Talladega. Short track racing is fast. It's bump hanging. It's like County Line Raceway in the South, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of how they've updated and we got these new cars and everything that we have now?
It's cool.
It looks really cool, don't it? All right, Charles, we're ready to give these guys a send-off here. I think they're going to get one more lap before we take green. And we will get ready to turn them loose here. Richmond Raceway, this race will be a daytime event. That's another thing that's going to be interesting as well. We look at your sawblade.com weather conditions, 75 degrees, wind speed at 4 miles an hour, track temp just 7 degrees warmer than the ambient temperature, virtually at 82. It is sunny and clear, just close to sunset. This race will finish, Charles, under the light. When they cut the lights on, this will be under the lights when the checker flag falls.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun race transitioning from day to night. It's one of the newer features on iRacing, and fans absolutely love it.
From day to night, pace car getting ready to drop onto the pit lane. Round number 7, the SNB Cup Series. Ready. Number 7 on the series. 5 races before the postseason. Green flag in the air. We're underway, kicking the asphalt at Richmond. Oh my goodness, we got big trouble. Nathan, you saw cars flying through the air.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And we're going to do our best to figure out what in tarnation happened there. As we're going to
I just literally cannot believe, by the way, there was a sponsor available. If you're wanting to sponsor the instant replay, contact livesimracing.com. Charles, I don't know what in the world happened here. We literally were doing a kicking the asphalt segment. And then, well, that explains it.
Yeah, that explains right there. The 29 of Sherwood is stuck in the fence.
Holy cow.
And, you know, I have to say, after watching that replay, I am very thankful for one thing, and that is that car right there. You know, we had just mentioned what we were going to do.
We were just talking about that,
yeah.
yes.
And we are going to do a moment of silence on on lap 7, because that's what his number is, for his grandfather, and hopefully he's in the race now. We'll still do it, but we were obviously wanting to focus on his car, but he just barely got a piece of it, so I think that car will be okay. But
we were literally in transition of, even though the race is going on and the broadcast is live, it's just like television. I'm talking the producer, which is also Charles, our announcer, at the same time, and me and Nathan were talking to him, and there was a conversion of, hey, listen, on lap 7, we need to show this car, we need to do this for this moment of silence. Then all of a sudden, we see cars flying through the air. We did see the number 7 involved in it. Thank goodness, though, Charles, he was able to break away, and I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, we just checked it in, and he is back on the track. Got a little damage, but hey, a little damage won't slow you down. Not near like the modified that's in front of him of Tanner Johnson. He has got the whole front end of that car missing, and he's coming back down. But yes, good news is Christian Gardner is back in this race, so we'll definitely be able to go to him on lap 7.
Hey, by the way, the race information is presented by Race on Texas. Sign up today to get a Speed Pass account for only $39.99 a month and help support local dirt and pavement short track racing in the Arklatex area by selecting your home track. 50% of the monthly payment goes to the home track you pick each month. Sign up today at raceontexas.com. Lights are off on the pace car. Charles, we will try this one more time.
Yeah, one more time, and good. We're going to get the green flag, and then just momentarily after that, we will go silent. No, mics are not working, or they are working, so we'll go silent very quickly after that. But it's shaping up to be a good race, I think. These guys were side by side and putting on a good battle and a spectacular wreck at that for the first race on lap 2.
It is round number 7 SNB Cup Series. Here tonight, pace car coming in. We'll try this again with Deweese along on the front row. Back to the Geico restart zone. Here they come. Turn 4, outside lane will get the jump, and they will pull away. Let's drop down to 480, please. Drop down to 480. Green flag back in the air. Deweese will now fall back to the number 2 spot, and there's a caution on the restart. We've got problems as Evan Coleman and Ross Tatum. You see those cars on the broadcast, and the yellow flag is out. Is it car number 7, possibly? No, the 11 machine. Tanner Johnson is involved in it.
We'll take a look, and I'm not even convinced he is. We're going to have to look at some more software here to see if we can figure this one out. And I'm thinking he already had that damage. There's we're not showing any cars. We're just showing the flag was thrown, that nobody is registered as crashed. So 2 things: we don't know who the caution was actually for, or if race control just threw it. And 2, it's lap 7.
And we are also on lap number 7, so whether we're at full speed or caution, we will rest our voices as we pay respects in memory to Christian Gardner's grandfather. Passing the driver is in that number 7. That's his grandson. We rest our voices on this lap in his memory. we pause and we our respects to Christian Gardner and his family on the passing of his grandfather, who just recently passed away, Charles Gardner. This race is in his memory. A lot of caution laps in the early going here from Richmond. We will step away. We'll be back in just a moment for hopefully a green flag run.
Look at that! Look how wide that deer is. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's down. He's down. Hold him up first, huh? Can you hold him up? Son, what do you think about that? Excited? After me.
Drivers are given 5 total sets of tires, the ones they start the race off with. 4 additional sets in the pit lane. Fuel window, as always, at 65% on the fuel capacity, 70 to 73 laps. 1 fast repair. Competition caution at lap 60 is still fourth. And by the way, pit road will close on lap 57. Pit road speed at 40 miles an hour. Green flag goes back in the air. Third attempt of a restart as the field roars their way through the guy restart zone back into turn number 1 and 2. DeWeese now in the number 2 spot. Jacob Grant right there. Coleman third. And that's the way they sit, as here comes Tatum on the outside looking for third spot. Charles off 4.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is going to be an issue, but something we have to pay attention to tonight is between Tanner Johnson and Braxton DeWeese. That is what transpired over at ARL on Sunday. Will that possibly transfer over here to the SNB Cup Series just between those 2 drivers? Tanner obviously has heavy damage. He could potentially be going laps down, and with Braxton DeWeese up at the front here, could we see some animosity, a little drama go on between those 2 drivers if they get next to each other on the track? They're obviously not going to give each other a whole lot of room.
Yeah, that's true. There is a little bit of history between those drivers, if you will, as we watch Tatum work his way in the number 4. Altus right behind him in the top 5, and another visit by the Banana Republic flag as we've got a caution on the speedway. Trouble up in turn number 3 and 4 for the third caution. That is Chris Smith. And here is your replay in 4K Ultra HD to show you what happened to Smith in 55.
Yeah, just not exactly what he wanted. We'll see exactly what happened. Sherwood around him in the 29. He's also got the 2 of Logan Brakey around him. I'm not sure if either one of these really played a role in this or not, but we're about to find out. And no, right there.
Oh, there was one car already spun.
That was the 96 of Zach Peterson.
Zachary Peterson, the one that started this accident. The 96, we're going to go on board in an extended instant replay. As he came out of the tunnel turn, we'll show you what happened to Peterson. Not this lap, next time by. Zach Peterson, who was currently in the top 20, driving for MP Motorsports. That's that black and white 96 machine. We'll see what happened here.
I'm wondering if he got a shot, and yes, he did from the 20 right there.
Yeah, the 20 into the left rear.
That's Spencer
And that was
Best.
Spencer Best, yeah, man. Nathan, what do you think? A lot of caution flags to start things here at Richmond.
Yeah.
Got to try to settle in here and get a green flag run. We do remember, though, Charles, there is a competition caution on lap number 60. Why do we need one now?
They got a point, and if they have too many, we know if it's too close to the competition caution, they'll waive it off probably. But if you have too many, you might consider waiving it off too. So that'll all be up to race control, and if they decide to do so. So it's going to be a toss-up in the air. But if you have 3 more, 4 more cautions before that lap 60 mark, I would almost venture just calling it off. Not to mention you may be right up on it anyway at that point. So definitely not the way these guys wanted this race to start out.
Nathan, you're a fan of RC cars, right?
Yes.
You like RC cars.
Yes.
So, what RC car do you have?
Rock crawler.
Charles, do you know what a rock crawler is?
Of course.
What is a rock? I don't know. I don't know what a rock crawler is. What is a rock crawler?
Basically, it's what you would get. A rock crawler basically is what if you see those jacked up Jeeps with the 6 to 8, 12-inch lift kits with the big wheels, the suspension kits on them. That's basically a rock crawler.
So that's what you have.
Yes.
You like a rock crawler.
Yes.
Now, Charles, what kind of what do you have? What kind of RC car do you have?
I have an 8-skull buggy. 2 8-skull buggies.
You know what that is? Yeah, me neither.
Basically, picture it looks like a dune buggy if you've ever seen one of those in real life, and we run them on off-road courses like BMX, miniature
he competes
BMX
in a
tracks.
racing series. He actually competes in a racing series and gets money and everything else. Yeah.
And I tried to sell your dad one, but he wouldn't buy it for you.
Don't make me look bad. Don't do that to me, Charles. Wow. Like Judas, you know that? Just
It's still for sale.
It's still for sale. Pace car is in. We're going to try this again on the restart here at the field of the Geico restart zone on lap 19 of 20. Green back out. I'll tell you what, though, Charles, with the exception of all these caution flags, Jacob Grant has been strong so far the opening 20 laps at Richmond.
Yeah, he has been really strong all the race. And, I have to say, if you can get ahead of Braxton DeWeese, you're doing something good. I will say this. Look at your top 5 right now. What do you notice in that top 5, Wesley? DeWeese, Tatum, Fisher. Your only winners on the series
all winners.
are second,
all winners.
3rd, and 4th.
That's right. They're all winners, except for Jacob Grant. And mind you, even though Jacob Grant hasn't won, he's been a contender on the series since the drop of the green flag at Daytona.
Yeah, and, this is showing a lot of consistency that you have guys that are up front that have been there consistently, and the guys that have won are up front. So, what this shows to me is when we get into playoffs, excuse me, it's going to make really, really good for playoffs because those guys that are in there are going to be battling left and right.
And also, Charles, you see the 5th machine, Evan Coleman. Evan Coleman coming off of a win not this past Sunday, but the other Sunday ago in the penultimate race for the Adrenaline iRacing League at Michigan. And in doing so, obviously he's not in the championship 3 or 4, but what a good way to look at things going for next year is we got a caution on the speedway again. Yellow flag just before lap number 25. Spencer Best goes around in the number 20 machine. Remember, he had some contact with the car of Zachary Peterson. The last caution flag, Charles. Gotta wonder, there's Peterson, there's Best.
Let's hope that did not happen.
Payback.
Payback? You think it's payback?
Nah, I don't think he's close enough to him. I think this was just possibly Spencer Best. Yeah, just got loose on his own and just looped it around.
Nathan, you're wrong. And look at Barney Milton Fife Jr. wave the caution flag frantically over the field.
Yeah, he does do a good job of waving it. I have a sore shoulder from lifting stuff too much, all the camera gear and stuff like that. But
so do I. I get tired.
I can only imagine how tired that shoulder's got to be waving that flag. And it's not like a gentle wave. It's like, I'm gonna break my arm trying to wave throw this flag. So yeah, poor guy. Maybe he needs a break.
Hey, don't forget, coming up tonight, 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central, Charles and myself.
And Sam.
And Samuel Dyer. Samuel's back. And Nathan. We will be in the house. We've got coverage of the Northwest Truck Series, the Northwest Racing Series, and the trucks tonight from Sebring, 17-turn road course in Virtual, Florida.
And good news, we had 30 laps on Monday. This one being a Road to Pro race is going to be 62 laps.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's a Road to Pro.
It's going to be what?
It's a Road to Pro race, so they're running the same distance the Road to Pro does of 62 laps.
That's 2 races in one night.
Oh, that's what's...
I don't care. I'm getting big regardless. Whatever.
Well, that's
30
not the
laps,
response
60
I wanted
laps,
from
100
you.
laps. Do what?
That's not the response I expected.
Hey, Nathan, we're going to have a long night.
Okay.
No, it's only 30 laps.
I was about to say.
That's not a long night. That's an early morning.
You could have said 40, 45. That could have been realistic. I'd have been like, okay, all right, I'll buy that. Double the distance that we ran? That's almost 200 some odd miles.
Actually, it was over double.
Yeah.
I had to make it extreme so it sounded real. And an odd number, 62.
Whatever you said. It was. Hey, by the way, Charles, can we mention championships on Sunday, this Sunday night at Atlanta? I'm looking forward to that one. The finale of the Adrenaline iRacing League. And by the way, that is the final race of the championship series. And then they will be moving to Thursday night beginning July 22nd.
Yeah, they're taking a little bit off, doing some recruitment. As I know, there's several drivers that can't make Thursdays, which works better for me on Thursdays because that frees up my Sunday to go RC racing and do other stuff. But yeah, they're moving to Thursdays. And Tom Bourne, after Braxton DeWeese couldn't make the championship, Tom Bourne was picked between a tie. Another driver that I am not recalling at the moment, but either way, Tom Bourne is in the playoffs now. He's in the Final Four, so he will be racing for a championship this Sunday. So it'll be interesting to see if he can come in and sneak away a championship.
Yeah, 3 drivers fighting for the championship. Well, I won't mince words. The guy that's out in front right now, Braxton DeWeese, is the man that's leading the way. 3 wins on the series, and he was one of the drivers that were in the championship for the Adrenaline series. There was a exchange of words between management. They didn't see eye to eye on things. I don't really know the whole gist of stuff, but he was eliminated. He was eliminated, and in doing so, it bumped up an opportunity now for for Tom Bourne to get the chance to race for the championship. So anyhow, those 4 drivers will battle it out Sunday night, 6:35 Eastern Time, right here from Atlanta. LSRTV, we got it for you as we go back to green flag. And Charles, what's your take of the first 30 laps of this race? Calamity, calamity, calamity. I have a.
Well, I had some chips and queso yesterday. I didn't know I was going to have some chips and salsa today because the caution flag has been out for that Fiesta the first 30 laps of this race. Let's hope it does kind of settle itself out. Like you mentioned earlier to your son, it's short track racing. They're going to be beating and banging and all of that good stuff. Hopefully they've beat some fenders off. There's not much left to beat off, so I'm hoping they're going to calm down here in these next couple of laps, at least till 50 to go. Then you can maybe ramp it back up a little bit.
Watching these drivers work their way back down to the start-finish line. What do you think, Nathan? Hey, who you got an eye on so far watching since it's been probably a year since you stepped in to be able to see an LSRTV broadcast? Who you got an eye on? What car are you looking at? Who's your favorite?
The number 8 car.
The number 8 car? Braxton DeWeese. There you go. Well, he's the one that's out in front right now.
I personally think he's got a little bit of an axe to grind.
Second, for that matter. Second, yeah.
Yeah, he's in second. He's got a little bit of an axe to grind because, Wesley, I don't know if you've ever been let go from something or somewhere, but
Sure, come on.
But, you know, Mr. Perfect here. I didn't know if that happened, but
He called me Mr. Perfect.
when that does happen, you let go, you get let go from a league, or in this case it was a league or whatever it may be, and the person that let you go is doing the same thing with you. In this case, racing in the league, in another league, you want to go out and show, look, you can let me go from there. I'm going to go dominate this one and prove to you that I'm the best, and I don't need to prove it over there.
Well, the fact of the matter is we'll just be honest. You have Braxton DeWeese, he runs in the SNB Cup Series. You have Hunter Johnson, who is in the back of the pack, that races also in the SNB Cup Series. You've got there you see this car looking like a modified, and the other guys is in the number 2 position. You've got other drivers that are running for the championship on the Adrenaline Series, like Evan Coleman, who won at Michigan the other night. You got Matt Dyer, Tom Bourne, who is now took the championship 4 spot. He's on the racetrack. So, yeah, I mean, you kind of have a little. The old cliche is kill them with kindness and do your business on the racetrack. Don't get in a fight. Don't get in words. Show what you can do. Bragging, back it up on the racetrack, and that's exactly what I think Braxton DeWeese is trying to do in that number 2 position right now. And might I say this also, Charles, he was in the catbird seat to win the Adrenaline iRacing League Championship. We saw the growing pains he went through with that series a couple of years ago up to this year. Then you see what he's done in the SNB Cup Series. He has truly grown as a driver in Miamisburg, Ohio.
Yeah, he definitely has, and I want to know what his tactic is to get sponsors other than just being good. Each week he's got a new sponsor in the car, and I kind of like the one he's got there. It says River's Edge Bar and Grill. I don't know where it is or what they serve, but it's a bar, and hey, that I'm not too concerned about. But hey, they got a grill.
It just makes me hungry, doesn't it, Nathan? Make you hungry?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it does, and we're here right at supper time as well, so I'm kind of hungry. So maybe we can get some grill food from there. We'll see.
What'd you have for dinner, Nathan?
Chicken.
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken. That's why I said barbecue.
Rice.
Barbecue grill there. Barbecue chicken.
Well, see, I haven't had dinner yet, so that's unfortunate for me.
Whataburger.
No, I'm actually doing, as we watch this little battle going on here, it's not Taco Bell, I can tell you that. It is actually going to be some from United Supermarkets. The Market Street's a local store here, a grocery store. They have these ready-to-eat meals, and they have stir-fry, and it's got all kinds of onions and chicken, zucchini and squash.
You lost me at onions. Contact!
Yeah. That's what happens when you eat
lost
onions.
me at onions when the 69 and 48 are battling there. That's Eric Stamp and Andrew Cootie.
Yeah, those two duking it out pretty good, and I didn't think they were going to get that close to each other there, but they did.
I'm proud of you, though, Charles, because you are trying to eat healthy now.
Well, yeah, that's true.
No more junk food for you.
Oh, no, we're getting junk food, but it's not tonight. But, yeah, these guys, I think they're heeding my advice. We're going to go back up to the front, though. They are definitely...
It's a nice green flag run here.
Yes, and they've listened to me. They've kind of spread out a little bit. They're starting to go a little slower. However, Fisher, Tatum, and let's throw Coleman in there. That's a good little battle going on. There's also one right back here, and this battle going on as well. But again, they are taking it a lot easier, but they're still putting on some good battles.
Watching Tatum now reeling in Fisher. Coleman is right there behind him. That nice little 3 battle. And remember, amongst this, the sun's going to set. The lights are going to be illuminated around Richmond. This race will finish at night Just like we talk about the transition with maybe Bristol or even Charlotte when you run the 600, this same thing can happen. You got to make sure, Charles, that you got the right handling and the setup as you progress from day to nightfall.
And we'll see it again when it comes around. You just got a glimpse of it there. This is on, I believe, the back stretch. So watch them when they get to the next straightaway on the front stretch. It's not here, but watch. It's depending on the camera angle here. So we're going to stick with this camera angle. But watch right coming
that's
up.
in 1 and 2.
Yeah. So watch right there. You can see that sun. It is just about below the stands. And when it drops just a little bit lower, those lights are going to kick on. And this race is going to get dark quick.
This race will not dark. It will be nightfall. We will have lights. We will be able to see unless
we don't need the lights. Just let them run the dark.
Charles trips over the power plug switch extension cord or something. I don't know. But anyhow, watching Coleman, watching Fisher battling. Coleman coming off of a win a couple of Sundays ago in Michigan for the Adrenaline iRacing League. And as we said, Charles, a lot of these drivers that run on the Adrenaline Series also compete on the SNB Cup Series on Wednesday night, like Shadow Racing Thomas Fisher. Contact with Coleman.
Yeah, he was trying to get by. Coleman was trying to get by Fisher, and he fished it down there, and well, it just did not stick. And tried to make it, and there's that sun going down one more time behind the trees, and that kind of separated this group just a little bit as well.
And the sun's really playing tricks on everybody because you saw it really good from setting on the back straightaway grandstand, but then when you look into turn 3 and 4, as we see Fisher going by Johnson, you can really see the sun shining brightly from the turn 4 grandstand onto the front stretch, past the flag stand, then they go back into the shade again.
Yeah, and I would give anything if he was out there watching. We could get a hold of Jeff Stab now and get him into the booth real quick to talk to him about this, because we actually, I'm not sure if you know what HDR is, but, we use HDR, high dynamic range video, which makes things brighter than not brighter like they really should be. And I don't know if anybody in this league uses them. However, if you have a VR headset, with VR headsets, they simulate more of real life. And if you're looking at that sun coming into a corner, and we'll maybe talk to Jeff in the later truck race tonight, he will confirm that it is blinding going into the corners, to the point sometimes it's hard to tell where your braking points are and where the corners are.
Fisher, Altus, another driver, by the way, we haven't mentioned. Joshua Altus, former champion. Kind of been a quiet night for the 94 and for the last couple of races, Charles, for the driver originally from Virginia, now from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, as here comes Braxton DeWeese. Nathan, there's your pick. He's trying to run down Jacob Grant. Coming after him, Charles, on the turn 1.
Yes, we'll
Grant DeWeese
on board with him, and you can see right there Braxton DeWeese in that 8. Ooh, a little wiggle there from Jacob Grant, but High 5 Racing Machine trying to possibly get him, and he's right there, as it looks like Grant did get a little loose off. He's got tight end loose off podcasts on there, but he did get loose off, and that may help Braxton DeWeese run him down.
Nathan, what do you think of the way that Braxton DeWeese is driving right now in the 8 car?
He's doing good.
Doing really good, staying out of trouble, hitting his marks, but he's not in the lead yet. By the way, 3 lap until the competition caution on lap number 60. And pit lane is closed as well, Charles. I wanted to throw that out. Pit road is closed.
Yeah, pit road is closed. As again, you don't want to come in now anyway. You're about to come in here shortly, and this could be, maybe do you pull a 2-star strategy if you're Braxton DeWeese and try to get ahead of Grant, because whoever's out front seems to be staying there.
Field will work their way back to start finish. Jacob Grant, Braxton DeWeese, Ross Tatum, Thomas Fisher, Joshua Altus, Evan Coleman, Eric Stamp, Andrew Cootie, Matthew Dyer, born your top 10. And there he is, the competition caution on lap number 60. Jacob Grant leads the way in that number 52 machine. He's looking for his first win of the season in Season 3. He's won before on the SNB Cup Series. And right now, Charles got a good run going for him, but there's still a lot of racing left to go.
Yeah, definitely a lot of racing, and should be some really good racing as well.
Here comes the cavalry onto the pit lane. Pace car is going to stay on the racetrack. Nathan, what are you thinking? Everybody's getting 4 tires and fuel?
Yep.
Long green flag run. Some cars that came in from earlier damage, like Hannah Johnson, Christian Garner, and more. But for the most part, Charles, here comes the cavalry that have been in the front runners all day long.
Yeah, they are coming in, getting 4 tires and fuel. No surprise there. And we'll see how it kind of shakes down, as we did have one car that did not come down pit road. That was Jake Rager, 36 laps on this stint, and he has decided he did not want to come down in that 13 machine. And now he chooses to.
And now Rager will come down to the pit lane. Well, in first, out first, number 52, Jacob Grant, DeWeese. Everyone else are right there behind one another as well. Thomas Fisher, Ross Tatum. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. Braxton DeWeese way in the back. This is going to be a tough pit stop for Braxton DeWeese in the number 8 car.
Yeah, he is well back there, and that took him 33 seconds in a pit stop. In a pit stall, usually about 15 seconds. So that means he had an additional 15 seconds. Could have been a penalty.
Possibly a penalty for speeding onto the pit lane. 33.72 seconds. Well, the Charles Gardner Memorial will continue in a moment. We will step away. Back with more in 4K Ultra HD on YouTube. LSRTV, your home for sim racing. More information, livesimracing.com. And this is the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters. More from Richmond when we return.
Stop wasting sunshine. Today's the day that you can learn how you can slash your high electric bill. Ag Solar Solutions has helped farmers, we've helped business owners, and we've helped homeowners cut their high electric bills with a photovoltaic system. We do ground mounts and we do roof mounts. Now's the time to find out. All you have to do is send me a text to Mike Harold, the Solar Dog. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Lights are off on the pace car. Getting ready for the restart. Charles Wooten, Wesley Outlet, my son Nathan Outlet is joining me as well. Comes in a time or two with a little one-word variable. What do you think of the race so far, Nathan?
It's good.
See what I mean? This time it was 2. It's good. Pace cars in at the Geico restart zone. Grant, Tatum, front row. Charles, we're back at it again, my friend. 35 to halfway.
Yeah, it just seemed like, there for a while I was thinking we're never going to get to the 60 lap mark, and then we got to it very quickly, and that we did. We got to it very, very quickly. As you see the top 20 on your sidebar, we opted not to show the 21st car. That is actually Spencer Best. He's out of the race, so we, we don't have to. We like to keep it nice, clean, and simple, and not show the last 5 that are rotating if there's only one car there and he's out of the race. Unfortunately, Tom Bourne out of the race as well. He's hoping and looking at his hope. Wow, luck goes a little bit better in Sunday's race and possibly win that championship.
Yeah, for sure. High hopes for those drivers. And by the way, at Nashville Super Speedway, I was for the NASCAR Cup Series event, which we saw sheer domination by not only Ryan Preece in the first ever truck race on Friday. He picked up the win. Kyle Busch picked up his 100th career Xfinity Series win on Saturday afternoon. But in addition to that, Kyle Larson, the young man out of Elk Grove, California for Hendrick Motorsports, 3 wins in a row, plus the All-Star win, so you count that as 4. And he, picked up the win. And our great folks from the Adrenaline iRacing League family, they were at Nashville taking in the race. So just want to give props to them, shout outs to them. And then they got this race coming up. And Charles, like you mentioned, Tom Bourne, he's out of this race here tonight. He's got to really go to the drawing board, better do some R&D testing at Atlanta to get ready to have a chance for a championship, because he just kind of lucked into that on Monday afternoon.
Yeah, he definitely, it was handed to him on a silver platter. And, we say this all the time, and I know some of the drivers are probably tuning in from it. We are urging every driver to show up and race Sunday. Yes. I know you might think, well, I'm not in the Final Four. I'm not in the hunt for the rest of the race. I don't care. Show up and race. It's the season finale. We want to go out with a bang, just like that. There's a bang for you. Those are teammates. The 7 and the 46 just running into each other on the racetrack as the 7 slides up into the 46.
Patty.
So, very interesting up there, as that is Christian Gardner in the 7 and the 46. Give him a little tap there. Gave Kevin Martin a little door slap. We'll keep an eye on that as they go 3 wide. The 7 goes around, hits the 46, and they're both going to be crashing.
Oh, trouble! Oh, no.
No caution, though. No caution.
Christian Gardner got involved.
There it is.
4 airs of caution. We knew it was coming. Kevin Martin, 46. Christian Gardner in 7.
And they were beating and banging long before this caution actually came out just about 1 lap ago. And you'll see the 46 and 7 again. These are teammates back here for...
That's right. They are teammates.
Appalachian Holler Hunters. And right there, Dink.
He was 3 wide.
And just around they go. And the caution doesn't actually come out at this point. The caution comes out right there when you see cars coming by the 46 of Kevin Martin, who's sideways a little bit. That is when it actually triggered the caution.
Yeah, I think that's whenever he was off the right in the middle of the racing group, and then they had to throw the yellow flag. So,
yeah,
for sure. Cars are on the pit lane. Caleb Smith is in. Martin.
And basically the back half of the field's coming in. Your top 12 drivers did not come down. Everybody else coming down. No surprise there. If you're in the back of the field, you might as well make some kind of change. Get some tires. Do what you got to do. If you're in the front, we were just down on pit road not too long ago. I don't blame these guys for not coming down. Only 14 laps on this stint, and we know you can go on fuel 70 to 73 laps. So that being said, no, I wouldn't come down for just 14 laps.
And Charles, I was going to say as well, you got some guys that are some pretty good front contenders, like the 12 of Caleb Smith. He's struggling tonight. And the 88 of Matt Dyer, who finished in 2nd at Atlanta last week. We haven't talked about him. We just saw his car on the pit lane.
Yeah, some of these guys, like you said, we see them quite often. They're struggling here a little bit, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can kind of turn it around later in this race, as we are 24 laps from the halfway point. And, if we keep getting a couple of cautions, that could get them back in there, especially if you're some of these that are lapped down, like Rob Sherwood, Chris Smith. These guys could potentially get some of their laps back and be at least finish on the lead lap, possibly gain some positions.
We're not even at halfway yet. We're still actually on lap number 77. By the time we get probably to lap 125, I would say probably we should be in darkness or close to darkness. I'm honestly surprised we're not under the lights right now.
Yeah, and it really does come down to how they set this up. And when the sun goes down, and actually, I assume it is setting, there's multiple session, there are ways you can set up a session here. And when you do the dynamic, well, that's incorrect. It transitions either way, so I stand correct there. But if you do it through the new beta UI or the new UI off of the web-based one, you can actually choose whether you want the sun to progress at 1 time, 2 times, or 4 times what it would normally be. Now, obviously 1 time is normal, 2 would speed up how it would go down, and 4 definitely would speed it up. So I'm not sure which one they picked, but depending on what they picked would dictate how quickly it went down. And if you're running a race that would normally take 6 hours but we can do it in 2 or something, they may speed that sunset up. They could slow it down too. The sun is on a string.
Nathan, did you catch what he just said?
No.
I'm lost.
Talking too fast.
I'm lost. It was one. I guess the settings of the sun virtually can go down, or it can take forever to go down. I guess. Am I right, Charles?
Basically, they can control the speed.
They can control the sun.
Yes.
Here on iRacing. Green flag back out. Fisher, Coleman, 90 to 51, side by side, down the back straightaway they go.
So, long story short,
turn and look at Deweese. Deweese is back up there again.
Yeah, Deweese
He's
got something to prove.
in 6th.
So, yeah, we'll see how the weather progresses. Or the sun, not the weather, but you can already see the sun is going down. It's getting a lot darker, especially right in here. It's darker. Plus, the track was 87 degrees earlier. It's only 80 degrees, which means not as much sun is hitting the track. So, it's definitely is setting, and I think you're right. Before this race is over, the lights will be on.
Into turn number 3, Altus now moves up. There goes Coleman down to the inside, single file. 1, 2, and 3 moving. 4th and 5th inside for position. There goes Fisher into Tatum. And Nathan, there's your pick. Deweese in the 8 car. He's coming back up. Watching Deweese now, Charles weasel his way from the outside lane down to the inside lane. Single file. They're going off into turn 1. Is Deweese got a ink and blink and nod problem, Charles? We just saw him disappear.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see in one of these races. Especially at a short track, if that matter, not at a super speedway. If it's an intermediate track where you can get spread out, that's one thing. But when you're bumper to bumper like this on a short track or bumper to bumper on a super speedway, the last thing you want to see is somebody having, bad internet. At this point, you got to tell someone, get off Netflix, something, because they're zapping your internet and it is hurting you.
Get off Netflix. Get off my Hulu. Get off my... Yes.
Yeah, get off my Amazon Prime Video.
Amazon Prime is a very special holiday right now. You can get those. I think it was yesterday. The Amazon. Oh hell, I don't know. It's something about shopping. That's all I know.
Prime Day.
Prime Day. My son knows it. Prime Day. Prime.
Of course. That's
That makes me want to watch Transformers tonight.
Let's see, there you go. He knows what Prime is. He can watch the movies. Probably buy a few fans.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't squeeze that one in, Wesley.
You're funny. Look at this contact going on. There's Tatum. And here goes Deweese right there behind him. And Fisher licking his chops, ready to pounce. Matt Dyer. Look at that, Charles. We haven't mentioned Matt Dyer. There goes the 88 machine. The Rigid Tools number 88 for CEM Motorsports. Now he is making a run to the front before halfway.
Yeah, he is getting there 12 laps ago when they get to the line for halfway. No, right, 12 laps ago right now to halfway. And it looks like Matt Dyer's going to squeeze that CEM Motorsports nose. Oh, never mind. He's going to get clipped by Braxton Deweese. And around he goes, and he had help elsewhere as well. The news is he's off the racing surface. No caution is coming out for this. There's the caution.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was something.
Yeah, I had a feeling as well, and we're about to see there was contact as you see him go up to the high side, and Braxton Deweese made a little bit of contact with him. Not sure if one came down or one went up, as we'll find out here, but there was definitely contact right about here, I do believe, into the next corner. And right there was the contact. It was ever so slight. He's trying to save it, and then Taco Bell hits him.
Taco Bell hits him.
What did he say?
He said, then Taco Bell hits him.
Taco Bell.
Yes. And if you don't know, that is the 69 of Eric Stamp driving that Taco Bell car. Just had nowhere to go. He checked up as much as he could.
Old Mexico.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, here come cars out of the pit lane. Altus is in.
I don't think we're going to see too many down here. And then again, I could be wrong. We're going to see a mixed bag here. There's some coming down, some not coming down.
All right, cars are on the pit lane. Some into the pit, some are not, like Charles reiterated on. A lot of cars in the back. Peterson and 69 car just exited off the pit lane as well of Eric Stamp. All the while, Jacob Grant leads the way. Look who's back out in the number 2 spot now. Evan Coleman. I got to say, Charles, Evan Coleman's got a good run going for him as well in that number 51. Good, quiet night, staying out of trouble. He looks good.
Yeah, he has been looking good all night. And this could be his night to get the win. Again, we saw him a little bit loose out of a corner, but it really hasn't affected him. He's been solid all night long so far for 93 laps. All he's got to do is do that for 108 more.
Closing in on halfway. Quick break, come back. Nightfall settling in as we approach lap 100. More coverage in a moment. LSRTV, the SNB series. Here is a word from our sponsor, Appalachian Hauler Hunters. Bang, bang.
Look at that. Look how wide that deer is. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's down. He's down. Hold him up first, huh? Can you hold him up? Son, what do you think about that? After me.
And don't forget the Summer Heat Showdown, Adrenaline iRacing League, every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern for the Mini Summer Series. Kicks off again at Langley Speedway, Hampton, Virginia, this Monday night. Green flag back in the air. And we will try this again. Jacob Grant, strong car. Cootie on the outside. Inside, Coleman. Here's a for the bridesmaid spot as we approach triple digits, Charles, in 3.
Yeah, and you can see right now, look how much darker it is already. You know, you had that white glow on the cars earlier. Now look at that white glow from the sun has turned yellow as the sun is setting. Right there, you can see it reflecting off the hood and just how much darker it is. So this sun is now down, and we know from watching real life races and real life in general, once that sun starts setting, it starts getting dark very quick. And
backstretch into 3. Yep, there they go. I was going to say, Charles, traffic's getting a little gargled up right there. A little goggled up traffic.
Yeah, it is definitely getting bunched up. As there's on the board with Tatum from Shadow Racing. You see just in front of him, Coleman, Altus, and Grant. And there you can really see the sun, how it's yellow. And you can see there is no sun. It is definitely getting dark there. And that's what I wanted to see. I was on board with the driver, and it is definitely getting dark. And when it gets dark, Wesley, that's going to change the track, as there's already dropped another degree to 79, and it's going to continue the drop as we go through the night.
And we have approached halfway. 100 down, 100 to go here in the Charles Gardner Memorial 200. Let's give you your full field rundown of the full field as it stands, Charles. Joshua Altus leads the way. Ross Tatum is in second. Jacob Grant sits in third. Eric Stamp is fourth. And Evan Coleman, your top 5. Andrew Cootie is in sixth. Thomas Fisher, 7th. Logan Bruckey, 8th. Caleb Smith is 9th. And Braxton DeWeese is your top 10 at halfway.
That top 10, and then followed up by Gardner, Peterson, Helms, Dyer, Martin, Sherwood, Rager, and Smith, Johnson, and that's the last cars on actual track right now, and Bourne and Best, unfortunately not in this race.
Sideways for Caleb Smith, battling alongside Logan Brakey. DeWeese is up in that battle. You know, Charles, it seems to me like we've seen the last couple of pit stops, Nathan's favorite car, Braxton DeWeese, is struggling on the pit lane, and in doing so, it is causing him to get mired in the back of the pack, having to come back through the field on restarts.
It definitely is, and you know that's not what you want to happen. If you have a caution late in this race and you are struggling on pit road a little bit, that is bad news. As his last 2 stops have taken him over 30 seconds. I'm not sure if he's trying to get some damage that we can't see repaired or if he's having a penalty on pit road. But either way, that's the last thing you want, especially, you know, when you're Braxton DeWeese and you know for a fact that you've got a car that could potentially win this race.
Altus now moves to the top spot. Altus looking for that first win on the inaugural champion of the SNB Cup Series. Tatum in second. All of this traffic gyraling and off the turn out of 4 as they work their way through start finish. And as you notice as well, it has really shaded quicker. Nightfall is settling in quicker and quicker, getting darker.
Yeah, it's definitely, again, and that's going to affect a lot of things like the temperature of the track. It's back up to 80. And one thing that will dictate how this track goes, Wesley, is just like real life, is these cars do give off heat onto the track virtually. So if they continue to run green flag laps, it's going to heat that track up. However, if we see a lot of cautions and they're not putting out as much heat from the engines, the track temp will go down. So a lot of things dictate how this race goes, whether it's the cars racing versus cars under caution, the sun going down versus not going down. A lot of things can factor into how it goes. And if your car handled great when it was slippery out there, now it's not handling good when the track gets a little tight, that could affect your race. So hopefully these cars and these guys know how to drive them in both conditions.
All right, Nathan Outland, my son, our colleague, joining us in the booth along with Charles Wooten. I'm Wesley Outland. Nathan, in more than 2 or 3 words and some laughing along the way, the first 100 laps, what can you say about this race so far and what we've seen?
We've seen at least 5 or 6 cautions.
We've seen a lot of caution flags. He's exactly right. Good observation
and
there.
One car rolled.
And we saw some cars flipping. How about your car right there? That's your pick, Braxton DeWeese. What is he doing? He's not doing too good. But he's still got plenty of time, though, right?
Yes.
So we're going to wheel for him to get back up there and make something happen.
Yes.
There you go. I got more than 2 words out of him this time, Charles.
Well, at least for the first statement you did. It's more than 2 words.
He did make a good observation, though. There has been a lot of caution flags in the first 100 laps.
That is a good observation. I think we're pretty much done with the cautions, so I think we're gonna stay single file.
Oh wow, you think so?
Yes, I do.
I don't think so.
Yeah? Wow. I don't know, man. I just still got to think it's going to rear its ugly head. I still think there's going to be a shot of a caution flag with about under 50 laps to go. That's my prediction.
Well,
and I think we're going to see a cycle of green flag pit stops too, and that's going to throw a monkey wrench in everything.
Let me rephrase this. I think we're done with the consecutive cautions. Caution to 5 or 10 laps, caution 10, 15 laps caution. I think we're done with that. Now, do I think we'll see 1 or 2 more cautions? Yes.
You realize that you're literally the person that jinxed the majority of the caution flags on Monday night, the Adrenaline iRacing with the Adrenaline iRacing League.
Well, that was
the American iRacing League.
Yeah. Monday is bad weather, caution-filled day. We can't avoid that. Monday's just a bad day in general. We cannot help this. So, no. As far as the cautions go, I think we're out of the woods for consecutive ones. I think we'll see 1 or 2 here, and 80 laps. I think we'll see 2 more cautions, 1 per 40 laps.
Well, into the inside, Altus, the leader out in front. Fisher. Cootie, looking good. Cootie in the 48 car. Fisher on the inside. Dyer is there. Fisher's there. Charles, they're starting to come through the top 10.
Yeah, drivers are starting to come around, and some of these that we saw at the rear of the field, they're coming to the front now, and that's exactly what I expected. Some of these guys that were back there, like the 12 of Caleb Smith, we're not used to seeing him mired this far back, but he's working his way through. So is Matt Dyer in that 88 machine. He's working his way through the field. Fisher, he was actually up in the field earlier and has kind of slid back from where he was. He's actually right now where he started, but had gained spots and now lost them. Your biggest mover right now is Eric Stamp in that Taco Bell number 69 machine. He is 10 spots from where he started in 13th place.
And there goes Cody's machine. The 48, Dyer is there. Fisher is there. You're starting to see the lights come on. You're looking down below, those little fan lights down is what I call them, like we have at Charlotte. And then you see the other light above the arena here at Richmond beginning to illuminate. By the way, aerial coverage is presented by All Americans. I missed that by about 20 seconds.
Yeah. Well, we thought we might be able to see the lights, but apparently they are hidden from us. So it's
I just saw them just a second ago. I mean, right there.
Yeah, we got the poles anyway. Come on, show us the lights. Yep, they are indeed. Some of them are starting to come on, so that is good. As well, no one likes to race in the dark.
Matt Dyer and Cody battle with each other. Cody. The Andrew Cody, Matt Dyer battle. Matt Dyer doing really good now, starting to show his strengths coming through the top 10. He's at 9th. By the way, drivers' names that are in green and below their name, including right now the highest driver, Tatum at 21, DeWeese at 8, and Fisher at 92, who is 9th. Those drivers have in 11th, my apologies. Those drivers have advanced to the postseason with the virtue of wins. 2 for, obviously, Tatum. 3 for DeWeese. As a matter of fact, he won the first 3 races in a row. And then 1 win at Road America for Fisher. Everyone else still looking for that green bar, Charles, and there is some nice contenders. Altus is one who leads right now. He would love to go to the postseason. The inaugural SNB Cup Series champion in 94, leading.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Josh Altus, he is someone that definitely wants to pick up a win here more than anybody else. You know, you go from being a champion to not having a win on a season. That does not set well with the driver to themselves. It's not a fault of anyone else usually, unless somebody's wrecked them. But he definitely wants this win, so bad. You know, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you have a great season, and then sometimes you have the sophomore slump where you just cannot get in the victory lane.
What do you say we rest our voices as we are just past halfway with about 75 laps to go, and we kick up some asphalt here at Richmond. Meow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Wesley's had to step away for just a moment. He will be back, hopefully momentarily, but regardless of that, a good little battle going on as we saw some doors just slamming into each other a little while ago. And I believe he is coming back, and we got him stacking up back towards the rear with Fisher coming down pit road in the number 92 machine. We'll check in with this, and I'm not sure scheduled or not. This probably is a scheduled stop, as I believe
We were going to see a sequence of them. I believe this is the transition right here.
Yeah, this, I think it is. I did see some damage on Fisher, but now we see Caleb Smith coming down. So, yeah, we know they can go the distance from here, I do believe. Let me make sure. Yeah, 70 to 73 laps.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 65 laps to go. So, they can make it. And they have a little bit of a padding. So, we know if we get a green-white checker, they should be good to go on that as well. So, it is money stop time if you're coming down pit road. And I'm hoping for the no cautions or one caution method,
Yeah.
and that's mainly just because I'm a little on the hungry side, as I have not had dinner yet. I didn't have none of that barbecue chicken like you had.
Yeah, barbecue chicken.
I want
Matter of fact,
more
I was
of
just
it.
checking to make sure that I had mine in the microwave still. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, where else?
Well, you heard Nathan. Nathan said, "Daddy, I want some more of it." So we might have to get some more later.
Well, you know, I was
137.
I was about to say, where would your food go if it was in the microwave? Like, who would take it out? But I do know other circumstances that have happened in the past at your house. So, how food has gone missing out of places.
Oh yeah, I got robbed. You're exactly right. Yeah, food come up missing.
How did you get robbed?
Mom ate it.
She ate it somewhere out the fridge.
It was like, oh wow, your refrigerator, your sandwich. Oh, never mind, I'm eating it.
No, she did. Yeah, it's Rob Shearwood coming down. Zach Peterson coming down. So this is the money stop
Green
here for
flag
these
pit
guys.
stops. Yes, sir. Green flag pit stops underway here at Richmond. Gotta wonder when Altus and caution is out. Yellow flag. Well, this throws a monkey wrench in everything now.
Yeah, it does, and it's for the
Up
13
against
of
the
Fisher.
wall.
Fisher was
Wow.
probably getting ready to come down as he is 75 laps on his stint. He was at the end of his time on the track. He was having to come down, and Wesley, could that have been a factor in it? Maybe he was trying to come down to the pits and somebody didn't see him, and no, he
I think he had internet issues.
I'm beginning to think
he
so
disappear?
myself.
Yeah, there
No, it's switching drivers on us here because he is having some issues, I believe. So
There he is right there. Yeah, up against the fence.
Oh, sorry, that is not Fisher. That is the 13. That is Jake
Yeah, that's the number
Rager.
13 of Jake Rager. Yeah, Jake Rager.
That was me.
He was
Apparently,
the
I
one that
can't
was
read.
having issues, though. He was having issues,
Yeah,
though. We were
that's,
watching that.
We'll see what happened here. But yeah, that's what we're watching. I said,
Right there, look, it disappears. There's your net code, and you see him disappearing.
Yeah.
And then we lost him completely. Then he comes back, and when we get back to seeing him again,
He's
he's
there.
spun against the
Yeah.
racetrack right there.
So,
yeah.
for once, I don't know what the officially happened for the caution, but it's not due to lack of trying.
Yeah. Everybody's coming into the pit lane, though. At least everyone else that has not pitted. Nathan, you still got your money on Braxton DeWeese?
Yeah.
Still picking the 8 car?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is he a junior fan?
Are you a junior fan? Dale Earnhardt Jr.? You were,
Yes.
yeah. We
I have a Dale Earnhardt Jr. wallet.
Yeah, we were Dale Earnhardt Jr. fans, and Dale Earnhardt Sr., which, of course, that was before his time.
Well, that explains why he's going with the 8.
Yeah, he does. He has number 8 wallet.
I got a number 94 wallet.
I have two, actually. I have one with a like metal plate on it. Like a metal coin looking.
He said, I like Dale Jr., Daddy. I like Dale Earnhardt Jr. Go, Junebug.
Well, you know, this may play well for Josh Altus here, as he was needing to come down, and he's going to trap. There are currently 10th place on is a lap down. There are only 9 cars on the lead lap. Some of those are about to get their lap back, but they are going to be at the tail end of the lead lap. So that's going to pose a big problem for a lot of drivers.
So don't forget, coming up tonight, 11:30 Eastern Time, we've got you covered with coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series presented by Tom Dinchell Automotive Group, and we are at Sebring International Raceway Trucks. Samuel Dyer, myself will be on the call. Nathan will be joining me. Charles will be in production for that race. Coming up tonight, 11:30 Eastern, 10:30, 8:30 Pacific, LSRTV, CRN Sports. Thursday, beginning July 22nd, we will have coverage of what is the Adrenaline iRacing League, which is running their championship finale this Sunday at Atlanta. Also, on Friday night, there is the LTAC Cup Series. Isn't that at 9 p.m. Eastern, Charles?
I believe so.
I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central on LSRTV. And then at 11:30, it is the Northwest ARCA Series. They are going to be in action at, I believe it's Pocono. Am I right? Pocono?
I think so. Either way, we won't be covering it, but I believe they are racing.
We're not broadcasting the race?
No, not ARCA.
Oh, okay.
Not this week, anyway. We shall see how the plan goes in the future. I will actually be on the call for the LTAC series this Friday. And then Saturday, Saturday we're going to go RC racing.
Woohoo! And we're back to green with 55 to go here at Richmond.
I'm gonna be in the mountain Saturday.
Nathan will be in the mountains. He's going on a beach trip, on a mountain trip.
You can't stop saying beach trips, the mountains.
Well, normally when people go on vacation, they go to the beach. They don't go to the mountains. Especially in the friggin' dead of summer.
True.
100 degrees, you're going to go to the mountains.
And we're going to get to the lazy river.
I don't know. I go to the Wichita Mountains quite often. You go out there and hike the mountains and shoot bugs. And
you would not see me go to the mountains in 100-degree weather. I'm sorry. Lions and tigers and bears and snakes and wasps and possums and everything else you can think of are around there.
Yeah. We're staying in the cabin.
Well, you stay in that cabin.
Oh, that ain't going out to the woods.
Well, we're going to be camping too. We're also bringing tents.
Okay, well that's better.
You're bringing tents. That's an improvement. just in case the weather doesn't hit. You know.
Speaking of hitting, this battle for the lead is hitting, and it's heating up too. And I want to say Ross Tatum, 21.75. He just ran the fastest lap of this race on lap 149. Actually,
yes,
148. So he's the fastest car in the race. Could he have anything for Josh Altus, who, again, about halfway through this race, decided he wanted to pick it up, and he's become a force to be reckoned with here in the last 100 laps, actually the last 50 laps.
And there goes Deweese on the inside of Matt Dyer. This is for fourth. Whoa! Dyer just about got into the right rear of the 8 of Deweese. Deweese will clear him. And they're going to be right there with each other. He'll duck up under the rear quarter panel of that number 8 car. 50 laps to go here at Richmond. Charles Gardner Memorial 200, round number 7 of the SNB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters, on your home for sim racing. Charles Wooten, Wesley Outland here with you. My son Nathan is also joining me in the broadcast booth. And we have seen sheer domination by really nobody. The first half of the race, obviously, we saw Jacob Grant do really, really good. We've seen some changes for the lead, and now it's a flip-flop between Altus and Coleman down the stretch with under 50 laps to go, Charles.
Yeah, under 50 to go. Just 48 laps to go here before this race comes to an end. And like you said, I don't know who's going to win this one. We've seen a little bit of domination from Altus in the later half. You saw a lot of domination from Grant in the first, who's now back in 11th. That being said, could we see somebody lead these last 50 laps out of nowhere? I just don't know if that's going to happen. Right now, I think whoever's out front has a huge advantage with maybe the clean air or something that's keeping them out there. Could it also be the cautions? They've played out to where they played in the favor of Altus getting the lead and keeping the lead.
What are you thinking, Nathan? 45 to go.
I believe 8 will get it.
You're still having your faith in the 8 car?
Yes.
All right. Braxton, Deweese, my son is ride or dying with you. That's a nice way of saying it. He is up to 3rd, though, Charles. He's up to 3rd.
Yeah, he's definitely getting there. He has a good car, a fast car, in that River Lounge. I believe it's getting it River Lounge. I can't remember. I'm going to go look at it. Let's go look at it close. It made me hungry last time there. The River's Edge Bar and Grill.
River's Edge Bar and Grill.
Yeah, so he's definitely got a fast car tonight. It's just, is it going to be fast enough? We know Ross Tatum's obviously got the fastest car in the session, and he's actually running down your race leader of Josh Altus. But here's where it can get interesting, because if Tatum can catch Altus, those two start battling. That's going to allow Braxton Deweese to get into the mix even more.
Altus and Tatum on the back straightaway. Turn number 3, exiting 4. And there is also Deweese's car. Charles Gardner Memorial 200 down to the final 50 laps. 40, make it 41 laps to go.
Yep, 41 laps to go as they cross the line right there. And it's turning into be a good one. I'll go up to Josh Altus here and look off his rear of his car, and you can see right there for the MP Motorsports number 94, Tatum is right with him. He is not giving Altus a whole lot of room. Maybe the car length there between them. So, and now you got, looks like Tanner Johnson possibly getting into the mix here as a lap car. So Tanner Johnson, I would imagine, would stay up high and never mind cautions out.
Well, this changes everything. Thomas Fisher, Road America winner, the 92, going around to the back straightaway. And the caution out. By the way, the replay is available for sponsors. If anyone's interested, go to livesimracing.com. Contact Rocket Media, Charles Wooten, Jeff Stabnow to get your business. And there's contact Coleman into Fisher. Wow.
Yeah, Coleman got into him and kind of pushed him a little bit as well. Not just a bump, but he actually got him and pushed him a little ways down the straightaway.
Could we see a penalty come from that, Charles? What are you thinking?
I don't think so, because you can tell while he did push him, he did get the brakes too. You could see the brakes were applied. So he didn't just, hit him and ram him. And he did try to hit the brakes and get off of him. But, when you bump someone like that, they're going to check up a little bit. He checked up, and I don't see a penalty coming from it. Just some hard racing and just got into him.
Do you pit with under 50 laps to go? 40 laps to go now.
I don't think we'll see Josh come down now.
Do you pit with under 40 laps to go? The answer is no. For the rest of the cavalry, I do not see them pitting.
Now, the first one, Grant, came down, who was on the lead lap. That kind of surprises me. He's the last one on the lead lap. And well, actually, don't surprise me as much. He's the last one on the lead lap, so why not come down, get fresh tires? He's going to go back to being the last one on the lead lap regardless. So he really lost absolutely nothing by coming down in that 52 machine.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing Jacob Grant come down to the pit lane. There goes Tanner Johnson. Thomas Fisher, obviously, to the pits. Jacob Grant exiting. One of the top fast cars of the day. What do you think, Charles? Nothing to lose?
Yeah,
Why
I think nothing to lose. You might as well go for it.
We're going to step away for what should be our final round of commercials. The finish from Richmond, round 7. SNB Cup Series when we return. LSRTV.
Stop wasting sunshine. Today's the day that you can learn how you can slash your high electric bill. Ag Solar Solutions has helped farmers, we've helped business owners, and we've helped homeowners cut their high electric bills with a photovoltaic system. We do ground mounts and we do roof mounts. Now's the time to find out. All you have to do is send me a text to Mike Harold, the Solar Dog. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back to coverage of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian All-Rounders. Yeah! Ready to roll. What'd you say, Charles?
I said that was a little creepy.
A little creepy. Pace cars in.
Creepy coming from you was cool in the video.
Appalachian All-Rounders. Yeah! Green flag. Under 35 to go here at Richmond. Ready to candy bar the door.
Here's where I think if we're gonna see a caution, this is where it's gonna be when everyone's
all bunched up tighter than the lid on a pickle jar.
Told you. There's
caution.
Several cars.
Fisher's involved. Fisher's involved. Rager's involved. Sherwood is involved. A multi-car accident on the back straightaway. And you see what I mean, Nathan? He says it and it happens.
Mm-hmm. That's because I'm good like that.
He jinxed it.
I call it skill, thank you. You try predicting when they're going to happen. Either way,
what do you think of that, Nathan? He predicted it and it happened.
Yep.
Tell him it's his fault.
It's your fault.
It's
not fault.
It's actually it's Fisher's fault. Wow. Oh man, did you see Coleman just getting through? What about Grant just getting by? Wow.
And that's a product right there. Grant came in to get tires, and he knew he was going to need them, probably the fresh tires, but he is mired back here and almost get caught up in that. He did not, thank goodness for his sake. But right now, it looks like Josh Altus is sitting in the catbird seat, and he has got a good shot here to potentially get the win.
Altus doing really good. Tatum's right there with him. Ready to bring this one on home for supper or a midnight snack.
It's already about midnight.
What?
It's already about midnight.
It's almost about midnight. You got to remember we're actually ahead of time on Charles, actually. Charles is a Central Time Zone guy.
Yeah.
All right. What are you thinking, Charles? What's it going to be, brother? Altus, we haven't talked a lot about him this year. Could tonight be the night? 94 goes to victory lane. Round 7 punches his ticket into the playoffs.
Yeah, I definitely, I think tonight's the night for the 94. I know he's going to be ecstatic if he wins, and I definitely think that tonight is his night.
What do you think, Nathan? Still riding with the 8 car?
He's 4 cars behind.
He's what?
4th place.
He's in 4th place. 4 cars behind, like Nathan said. They'll be on the outside of row 2 when we come back to the green flag. Hey, by the way, don't forget, just about 2 hours from now, Charles Wooten will be in the production chair. Samuel Dyer, myself, Nathan, will welcome you back here on LSRTV and CRN Sports with radio coverage of the Northwest Racing Series. The Northwest Truck Series is in act. Presented by Tom Denchel Automotive Group on iRacing from Sebring International. Charles, what did you think of Sebring on Monday night? You were in the production chair. What'd you think?
I'm glad I was in the production chair and not racing. The track's fun, but it can be a pain.
It's long. It's a long track too.
Yes, that
almost
it is.
4 miles, 17 turns. Anyhow, Sebring coming up later tonight. Altus and Tatum. Dyer, DeWeese. Top 4 cars right there. Working through the tunnel turn in turn 3. Pace car will drop onto the pit lane with 29 laps to go. When they come back to the Geico restart zone, green flag back in the air. Altus is going on the inside. He'll weasel his way up on the outside lane, and they'll fan fishtail single file now out of 2.
Yeah, no surprise we're going to see him get a little single file, but I think that's going to change here momentarily with 29 laps to go. These guys are going to start getting a little more aggressive, I think. And like I said, I think we would have 2 more cautions. We've had one of those 2. Now I think we're going to have the second one here within the next 15 laps, because these guys are going to start getting more and more aggressive, and with the aggression comes cautions.
Exactly. But you've also got to remember you're running out of time, because in this series there is only 2 attempts for a green lighter, and then that is it.
Yeah, you don't know.
Nathan, he's in third. That 8 car is in 3rd place, bud.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. He's got a fast car, but does he have the time to get up there is the question.
He's right up there with the leaders.
He is up there with the leaders. That is true. Is it enough time to actually make something happen?
Coming up on 25 laps to go. And he is right there with them within a cat's whisker. He's in behind Tatum. And in doing so also, here comes Coleman in 51. You know, Charles, it seems like a renewed vigor is in the 51 camp of Coleman after he won the race at Michigan a couple of weeks ago when we got a caution. Andrew Cootie has gone around in 48. Andrew Cootie in the Ally 48 car goes around. Caution is out again.
You just can't get his name right, can you?
Andrew Cootie.
You like calling him Cody because you like the name Cody.
I do. I like the name Cody. Cootie.
Where I thought there was about contact between the two. And
Logan Brakey. Yeah, him and Logan Brakey, it looked like. Actually, it looks like they fan away. Oh, he just lost control of the car on his own. Sherwood, Smith, everybody on the binders to miss him. That was close, Nathan.
Yes.
Man, oh man, many cars could have got collected there, Charles.
Yeah, that's going to put us roughly with about 18, 19 laps to go. So that could get interesting.
Wow, whoa.
Leaders going in the pits.
Leaders are in the pits, exactly right, Nathan. Wow. And Ross Tatum, damned if you do, damned if you don't, Charles, is a sitting duck on the restart in 21.
Yeah, he is a big sitting duck. If I was him, I would go ahead and come down and just take the punishment I'm going to get of starting a little further back, because we got 3 cars up there. Tatum, Stamp, and Robbie Helms that did not come down. They have 36 laps on those tires. Yeah,
wow.
You're a sitting duck.
Certainly is.
And look who's in 4th now. Grant has made, during this pit stop, got out first, and he's going to be sitting in 4th position on the restart.
Well, we do need to step away to play one more sponsor, and that is Appalachian Hauler Hunters, the sponsor of the series. And we are moving into the final 25 laps here at Richmond. It's going to be a showdown. Stick around. We'll be back.
Look at that. Look how wide that deer is. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's down. He's down. Hold him up first, huh? Can you hold him up? Son, what do you think about that? After me.
Nathan, you're a fan of hunting, right?
Mm-hmm. I've already killed one.
You already killed what?
A deer.
He done killed the deer. Well, I will say this, Charles. He was looking at the commercial and he said, YouTube. I know how to use YouTube. Appalachian Hauler Hunters Season 1 is on YouTube. I got a feeling what Nathan will be checking out on YouTube after we go off the air here for this race, Charles.
Hopefully the race.
Well, the Appalachian Hauler Hunters, right?
No, Appalachian Hauler Hunters.
Appalachian. It's like App State, okay?
No,
Bob
they will
Dillner
get,
picks on me all the time.
Them.
Appalachian Hauler Hunters, Appalachian State.
Yeah, but apparently we were talking about this the other day to Christian Gardner and then the gang down there, and we found out that it is Appalachian. They actually get offended.
It's Appalachian, yeah.
Yeah, Appalachian, and apparently if you call them Appalachian, they get offended. Actually, they
It's just the Southern thing, man. It's the Civil War of the words, okay? It's like a consent.
So it's Appalachian. You gotta say it right, man.
Appalachian. You just said Appalachian. It's Appalachian.
No, it's Appalachian.
You're getting me confused, damn it.
It's Appalachian. Appalachian, they'll get mad at you. You don't say it like that.
Appalachian Hauler Hunters.
Yeah,
right?
there you go. Now we're talking.
There you go. Green flag. Green flag with 20 laps to go here. 20 laps to go. 19 to go. And look at this. Ross the Boss Tatum pulling away. Contact. Gets into Altus. Almost into the 69.
Yeah,
Look out.
That's what those fresh tires will do for you.
Yeah. And here comes your pick, Nathan. DeWeese up to third. Looking for second. Running down Grant.
He's going to get it.
He's riding or dying with the 8 car, Charles. I love it. He changed his pick.
And
he ain't changed his pick since the drop of the green.
And Eric Stamp just door slammed the 94 of Josh Altus there as they were coming out of the corner. So he's got to be careful for that. But here comes Grant. 6 laps on his tires versus 42 for Tatum. No problem.
DeWeese on the inside of the boss. Ross Tatum, Atlanta winner. He'll fall back to third. There he goes. You're right, Nathan. Here comes DeWeese to P2.
Yeah, those old tires, 42 laps on them, they're not going to withstand these fresh tires. And they're seeing it right now. It's Grant and DeWeese fresh tires. They are up to first and second. Tatum is very old tires, 43. He's falling back. Josh Altus, I think he'd be your race leader, but he had a little contact there from the 69 of Eric Stamp. He got into his door, and that really checked up his momentum.
When does somebody step out and make a move?
That's a good question.
Nah, 15 to go. Under 15 to go. DeWeese is there for the lead. Jacob Grant wanting to win. DeWeese looking for 4 wins after what has it been, Charles? 3 weeks since he's not won on the series. He hasn't won a race in 3 weeks. Could tonight be the difference? Inside, DeWeese on Grant for the lead. Grant's got a better run on the outside. They're door to door. DeWeese slipped a little bit off of 2.
It's almost like if you're Braxton DeWeese, you know, you need some momentum to get you going. You need something driving you. He had a lot of driving force coming out of season 2 to push him at the beginning of season 3. Then he kind of faded. Now you have this deal with ARL where essentially, no sugarcoating it, they gave him the boot.
They booted him out of the series.
Yeah, they booted him because he called the league owner a clown. You know, was that the kick in the pants that Braxton DeWeese needed to say, okay, you know what? This is irritating me. It's fueling my fire. I'm going to go out here and win some more races. And, you know, that could just be the little, like I said, kick in the pants he needed to possibly win some more races.
10 laps to go now. 10 remaining at Richmond. Here comes DeWeese. He'll go to the inside. He'll go to the outside. Jacob Grant, by the way, though, he's got a strong car. He's hanging out in front. He was up there at the beginning of the race, and now as it gets the most at the end, he's back up there in that 52 car. Altus is back to third. It's these two cars, and they've pulled away from Altus. This is for the win right here with 8 to go.
Yeah, they're coming up on 8 to go this time by, and just to give you an idea, there's from the drone view getting provided by All-American Pools. They are checking out. You go back to Altus. There's Altus and Coleman. They've got a nice little battle going on, but the battle for the lead is on. It's, again, going to be 7 laps to go for DeWeese to try to make his move, and he may try to make right here. Inside,
couldn't get there. He won't back down. He'll stay to the inside. 7 to go at the line. DeWeese with a run into 1. Can he reel him in? Not there yet. Can he clear him? No! Grant's back on the outside, and they're door-to-door to the back straightaway for the top spot.
Yeah, what's happening is he's making the run. He's getting it shoved into the corner where he needs it to be to try to make the pass. But by doing so, he's losing all his momentum trying to get corner off. So he's good corner entry, but corner exit, he just doesn't have the momentum that the 52 has. And he may try to get him this time, and I think he's going to have him.
He might, but he got loose there. Just a little wiggle there. A wiggle and a giggle and a jiggle and a bobble. Into the corner. Up the track on Grant, and they're still side by side. He'll clear him at the straightaway. 5 to go. New leader, DeWeese, and now he'll get up in the outside lane and make Grant race on the bottom.
Then that makes you wonder, was that maybe a little bit too early? This gives Grant 5 laps to build the momentum and try to mount a pass. But Braxton DeWeese is going to make that car 6 lanes wide. He is not even going to let him get to the bottom.
He will block from the top to the bottom. No way, Jose. Nathan, 8 in the front.
Picked from the beginning. I started all the way at the beginning.
He picked him at the beginning of the race, and there he is at the end. 4 to go. Grant on the inside. DeWeese staying up. Driving 5 lanes wide in 1 car, as Charles said. 4 to go, Charles. Time running out. Grant's better do something.
Yeah, Grant has got to make his car even wider and if he can get just a little bit of piece of that car down there on the bottom, I mean, that's all it's going to take. But Braxton DeWeese is doing a fantastic job of crowding that bottom line. You know, it's like crowding home plate as a baseball player. If you crowd the plate, it makes it real hard for anyone to get a strike in, and that's what he's trying to do. He just needs to get just a little bit of his nose in there.
Blocking that strike zone, if you will, as Charles reiterated on. He'll dive her down into 3. Grant still got a shot. 1 in a corner off the corner to the line. The CRN 1 to go. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. More details on the Community Radio Network at wearecrn.com. DeWeese, final time. Looking for his 4th win. It will be his, I believe, 11th or 10th career win on the SNB Cup Series on the all-time win list. And Nathan, my son's pick, Braxton DeWeese, through controversy on Monday night, comes here on Hump Day and wins the Charles Gardner Memorial 200 for the SNB Cup Series, the defending series champion. And now Charles, his 4th win of the year, and he held off Jacob Grant in fine fashion.
Yeah, he did a great job of doing it, and he's going to go and do what he loves to do best, and that is celebrate. As you can see right there, he is waiting for everybody to get by, and it's time to do some burnouts.
Or donut.
Suffice to say, burnouts, donuts, like Nathan said, suffice to say, you want to call him the Kyle Busch of this series, you can, because honestly, Charles, you've got some people that love him, some people hate him. I like his spunk and energy and drive, and then whenever you come off of something that you could say would be a kick in the pants or a momentum loss, you would say, Charles, he turns around and he says, you know what, you guys, a lot of y'all are in that series, you booted me out. Well, guess what? I'm just going to come here tonight to Richmond. I'm going to beat all of y'all.
That's exactly what he did. That is exactly what he did, and blew the motor up doing donuts on top of that.
He did. Unofficial results presented by SawBlade.com here at Richmond in the Charles Gardner 200. Braxton DeWeese getting the winner, 4th win on the season this year. Jacob Grant will finish 2nd. Josh Altus thought he had a shot, fell back on the late pit race stop and finishes 3rd. Evan Coleman will go 4th. Matt Dyer 5th. Ross Tatum, who was leading, sit and duck when everyone else pitted. He didn't. You saw what good tires are compared to old tires. He falls all the way back to 6th. Logan Brakey 7th. Eric Stamp, Peterson, Martin, your top 10. He rebounds, Charles, with a top 10 in the 46 after having a caution earlier in the race.
Yeah, he definitely did. And rounding out the field, there's going to be Rob Sherwood, Robbie Helms, Andrew Cootie, Caleb Smith, Christian Gardner, Tanner Johnson, Jake Rager, Chris Smith, Thomas Fisher, Tom Bourne, who we did find out actually himself was having some connection issues. All the cars were blinking on him. Around him, he didn't know, or he didn't want to cause a wreck with anybody, so he actually just pulled it into the pits and called it quits. And then 21st off the screen is Spencer Best, who just did not have his best finish here tonight.
There you go. We will step away, thank our sponsors when we come back. Top 3 interviews. Braxton DeWeese from being kicked from the Adrenaline iRacing League Championship 4 finale at Atlanta this Sunday. They're whipping up on these guys on the SNB Cup Series, the all-time winner. Making a standing notion stance, if you will, making a statement here at Richmond for the SNB Series. We'll wrap it up here. Talk to the top 3 in a moment. LSRTV, your home for sim racing.
Everybody knows everybody. Well, they sure as hell know me. In that mad dog. Look at that. Look how wide that deer is. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's down. He's down. Hold him up first, huh? Can you hold him up? Son, what do you think about that?
Give me some skins, buddy. Excited?
After me.
Stop wasting sunshine. Today's the day that you can learn how you can slash your high electric bill. Ag Solar Solutions has helped farmers, we've helped business owners, and we've helped homeowners cut their high electric bills with a photovoltaic system. We do ground mounts and we do roof mounts. Now's the time to find out. All you have to do is send me a text to Mike Harold, the Solar Dog. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back to coverage of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters. Tonight's race, the Charles Gardner Memorial 200 in the books. Braxton DeWeese, the all-time winner on the series, picking up yet another win and his fourth win in season number 3. We'll talk to him in a moment. So we'll grab the rest of the top 3. Real quickly, we will first get the driver that was the inaugural series champion and still looking for his first win of the season, originally from the Commonwealth of Virginia, now from Winston-Salem. Joshua Altus, your take of the race, man. Highs, lows for MP Motorsports. At one point, your car did look like the favorite to win, but what's your take of the race, finishing on the podium in third?
Yeah, definitely, Wesley. We had a great car tonight. The number 94 LSRTV Chevy was hooked up, man. We just tried to play it smart at the beginning. It was a little crazy at the beginning, a lot of cautions, and just tried to kind of bide my time. I was riding around the top 5, and I think it was right around halfway through the race. I think we had about a 30-lap run, and I decided to come get tires. And ultimately, I think that was the right call because I was able to drive through those guys there and get out front and lead for a long time. So these things are chess matches, man. You know, it's so tough with the strategy, and you just got to kind of wind up at the right place at the right time. So I thought we did everything right. I was leading with about 20 to go. I thought it was best to come get tires because I think Coleman and Grant had about 20 lap fresher tires than us and had caught us. So came get tires, and I knew on that last restart it was just going to be between me and Braxton to see who could get out in front, and he got me on the restart, and Jacob did a great job, man. I was pulling for him as well. If I couldn't get it, he's really stepped up his game this year, so I know he's going to get a win soon. But good night for us overall. I definitely want to get back to victory lane, but we're definitely making improvements, and I'll take a podium finish.
Yeah, definitely a good run for, again, Joshua Altus, and coming soon, a win. Got to be there. Definitely, it's crunch time, Joshua, because we're 7 races in now, coming up on 5 remaining of 12 to the playoffs. Is the pressure now bigger than ever to try to win a race to go to the postseason, or do you feel like you've done what you need to do points-wise to lock yourself in?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always pressure to get a win. You know, that's why we show up every week, is to try to win. And in my situation, I feel like I'm a driver that can win multiple races and compete. So it's definitely frustrating when you're not getting to victory lane, and and then you got Braxton on the other side who's just piling on playoff points right now. So I think goal number 1 is obviously win a race, and then the second goal is just to keep being consistent and climb my way up the regular season standings, and that'll give us some playoff points too. So I'm not really worried about making the playoffs right now. I think it's just trying to position myself the best I can once the playoffs start.
Sponsor time, throw them out on that number 94.
Yeah, you guys at LSRTV, man, you guys have been on board pretty much all season. So excited to announce that I will actually be joining you, Wesley, in the booth for the Adrenaline iRacing Series coming up on Thursdays. So gonna step out of the car on Thursdays and come up and put my suit and tie on and have some fun with you. So definitely thank you guys for being on board, everyone.
Still waiting on my Olive Garden card, by the way. We gotta go.
You'll get it, buddy. You'll get it. But Jeff Stabnow, Charles, everyone at LSRTV for sure. Definitely have to take a moment to mention Christian Gardner, Appalachian Hauler Hunters. Want to say that we're thinking about Christian. I know he lost his grandfather recently, so happy that we can honor him in that way tonight. I know he used to watch these races and enjoyed watching Christian all of us race. So cool thing that we could honor him tonight. So thoughts and prayers with them, and just thank you guys for another great broadcast.
That's Joshua Altus. Again, he'll be joining me for the Adrenaline iRacing League on Thursday nights beginning July 22nd, less than a month from now on LSRTV. So that's coming up on Thursday nights. And by the way, that also does, whenever I'm not doing real other broadcast obligations is my only stipulation. But for the summertime, it should be okay. Altus again, third. Runner-up in the race, Jacob Grant. Man, I'll tell you what, Pillsbury, you were so strong. I thought at one time you were looking good to win this thing. Caution come out, late race caution, your take of things. Your runner-up, second spot tonight. Good run in the 52 car, just one spot shy.
Yeah. Man, it sucks constantly finish the second behind Braxton. We practice so hard with each other, but it's also great for the team. I mean, we're putting on a hell of a show for the high five racing and for the viewers and stuff. That last little bit, I think last 10 laps or so with Braxton was phenomenal. I can't be mad at him. We raced really good with each other. We raced really clean against each other. We put on a hell of a show, I believe. But yeah, the 52 tight end loose off Ford Mustang was definitely hooked up. Like Josh said about his car, he had a really quick car too. He was able to keep pace. I was able to keep pace. Braxton was able to keep pace, and so was Ross. And Evan was able to keep pace a little bit. Kudos to all those guys. We all put in a lot of practice. You could tell who practices and who doesn't in this league. So, but yeah, we try to practice as much as we can, and it definitely shows. I think I led 94 laps. So I think it was the most in the race. So keep going, getting on a string of leading the most laps and it just not going my way at the end. So hopefully that luck will change here in the future.
Well, you had a really, really good, strong car. I think, there was one time where you definitely led like close to 90 laps in the sequence of this race, and you had a shot to win it at the end. It seemed like that Deweese had to take that line away from you. You were up on the outside lane. He was on the inside, and he was reeling you in, but you were holding him off on the outside until that slip-off 4 with like 5 laps to go when he got around you. Was that the lane to be, the outside lane? I know normally we talk about catfishing on the bottom, but was it in the outside where you needed to run? And when he got that changed things up for the win.
Well, I'll tell you this. If it was anybody other than Braxton, I would have held them off way, way much better than what I did to Braxton. Braxton's a teammate. I got to race him with respect. I want to race everybody here with respect, obviously. But he had 4 tires. I had 2 tires. There's not really much that I could do there. I think we would have put on a little bit better of a battle for another 1 or 2 laps. But if I had 4, but there was just no way that I can hold them off. The 4 tires is just. It's insane on how much better they are over 2. My left sides, I only had about 5 or 6 laps on my left sides. But it's like I said before, practice makes perfect. It was a great battle. The slide off of 4, that's definitely what sealed the deal for him. But if I wouldn't have slid, he still probably would have got me with about 2 to go.
And again, in closing, we want you to thank your sponsors as well. But Jacob Grant, when he came down for that shootout, late race money stop, there was only 2 tires. He took 2 tires only when everyone else did take on 4. And again, that was probably the equalizer, as he is reiterating on in the outcome of the race. But Jacob, second place, bud. Thank your sponsors, and we'll see you next week.
First off, I'd love to thank Tight End Loose Off for being on the car week in, week out. Wrist Mafia, everybody needs to go check them out. They give you out some great watches if you're a watch enthusiast. Blaze Designs for the beautiful paint scheme. Josh and Rob for putting on this amazing league that they've started and that I've helped build with them. It's came a long way since season 1. Thank you guys at LSRTV for sticking with us and broadcasting, even though we're trying to polish out a few things with all the cautions in the beginning of the races. Thank you guys for sticking with us and being patient and everything. So
it's all good. It's all good. On to the next one. Jacob Grant, he will finish in the number 2 spot, teammate for High Five Racing. Victory lane we go now. His 4th win, 11th overall in his career, the number 8 machine, defending SNB Cup Series champion, and to get booted out of the Adrenaline iRacing League Championship for finale, to make a statement, if you will, Braxton Deweese. This had to be something you had to do. Congratulations to you, and what a way to overcome the negativeness you've had since Monday night, I guess. Congratulations.
Yeah, I know y'all know, I know everybody listening, and y'all know what happened. I guess when you speak your mind a little bit, people don't like it. It is what it is. Saying a clown, I guess, was a little bit too much, so they had to kick me out of the league. It's fine with me. I guess it is what it is. Probably wasn't going to return to the league after the season. Anyways, was really thinking about in the beginning of the season of leaving it anyway. So I don't want to talk about that no more. We're on SNB. Let's talk about all the success over here because it's a lot better attitude and better vibes over here. I just want to say that my car was on the rails all night. Felt really good in the practice sessions. Like Jacob said, we try to practice as much as we can together so we can be in these races, run up front and be prepared. So like you saw there, we like to be prepared and run good because ultimately you get to see yourself more when you watch it back. So who doesn't like to see that? But another good run, win number 4. I think by this time last year, I don't even know if I had 1. I don't think I did. But we got 4 now. Last year we had 5. The most wins in the season would be 6. So that's the goal. But always trying to get more than that.
And my son Nathan was picking you. You got anything you want to say to the winner, Braxton Deweese, Nathan?
I stuck with you since the beginning.
Yeah, I heard right when I jumped in the room when Wesley jumped in there. He said right when you saw my car that you were rooting for me and you said you're going to pick for me to win. So if it weren't for you picking for me, I probably wouldn't have won the race. So I appreciate it.
That's it, Nathan. You got to be back here next week for the 8 car. All right,
Yep,
so definitely. Hey, Braxton, though, man. Though in closing, and I know. We weren't trying to bring up a sore subject with what happened with adrenaline, but when you kind of have some bad vibes, bad things happen, does that make you want to just drive more when you got behind the wheel of this ride tonight and try to go and get that win and tell them, stick it up your, where for everybody else?
I'm just coming here to do what I try to do every time is try to win races, run up front, and try to do the most that I can with what I got. Not able to race in real life, so this is the best opportunity I have to be able to put my money into, and so I try to make the most of it to potentially get a ride in real life. I mean, it could happen. So this is why I'm always hard on myself because I always try to want to ride up front and potentially get that ride or something, or just a little test. That's that's all I'm doing this for, just for that one little opportunity.
All right, man. Victory Lane, High Five Racing 1 and 2. Thank your sponsors. And final segue as well. Did you know you had to get to the outside of Jacob Grant to get that win? I know he was talking about 4 tires compared to 2, but I kept noticing that you were trying to use the inside, but he was throwing that block on the outside lane. Did you figure, man, I gotta get top. I gotta get up top. When I do this, I've got this race won.
Well, I figured. I've been watching him, so he was running the bottom, both corners. 3 and 4, the bottom is really key, unless you can make that top work. But that usually might work on the longer run. Just depends. But yeah, if I could enter high, get the middle of my car on the dotted white lines, or at least my left side just below it a little bit, and then arc it down, I knew I could come off the corner a lot straighter and apply the power a lot more. And I was doing that lap after lap after my mistake, and ultimately reeled him back in. And I knew he was gonna be a little rough on the outside. Try to get his first win. I totally understood that. I wanted to race him as clean as possible because one, he's a teammate, and 2, clean racing's better than clean. I just feel like clean racing's better than rough racing. But glad to get another win. It's just I'm overwhelmed to getting all the wins and whatnot, but I'd love to get more of them.
Congratulations, buddy. We'll see you next week. That's Braxton Deweese, number 8 winner, 4th time this year. Been a while, but he finally broke through to victory lane again, and he knows he will be in the postseason for the playoff. So, hey, coming up in about 90 minutes from now, less than 90 minutes, Samuel Dyer, myself, Nathan will be joining me in the booth as well. And we'll have coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series from Sebring International Raceway, presented by Tom Denchel Automotive, beginning at 11:35 Eastern Time. LiveSimRacing.com at LSRTV for more information. And, of course, for everybody at Rocket Media, for Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, for Nathan Outland joining me in the booth, and my son, I'm his daddy, and your voice of the SNB Cup Series, Wesley Outland. Thank you for joining us for coverage of the SNB Cup Series. And Deweese, I forgot to let you go, bud. Thank your sponsors one more time. I asked you to do it in the segue, but please thank your sponsors. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I got a pretty long page here. It might take a minute. Sorry about that. I want to thank Karen and Charlie Miser at River's Edge Sports Bar and Grill down in Franklin, Ohio. They're really big supporters, and I really do appreciate them. I know Charlie was in the chat. My dad was informing me about that, so I really do appreciate all the support. Hopefully we can get the car for Indy, but we'll talk about that. I also want to thank Rapid Response, Appalachian Hauler Hunters, GP Diecast, Tight End Loose Off, Extreme Home Solutions, Hawks Auto and Cycle, Platinum Home Improvements, Sam and Colby and my dad for watching downstairs. They're going to be listening. They're listening. It's a little delayed, but they'll hear it.
Yes.
I also want to thank Zimmerman Concrete, Ron's Pizza, Bennett's Publical, Ravenwood Enterprise, Scott Martin and Jeff Schmidt, NASCAR Technical Institute, Blaze Designs, always making the number 8 SNB high 5 race machine, always looking beautiful. I also want to thank you guys for broadcasting. Like I always say, I love going back and watching the broadcast and listening to what you guys say and whatnot. It's always entertaining. I also want to thank High 5 Racing, and I also want to thank. Well, excuse me, I don't want to thank anybody. I want to give my condolences to Christian Gardner and his family, to Charles Gardner. Very, very sorry for what happened, and put that battle in there for him. Hopefully he was enjoying that up there. I know I was. Hopefully he was. And I also want to thank the Vors family. A 7-year-old boy tragically passed away in a car accident, and that's with Rapid Heating and Air. So I want to give condolences to both families, and glad we got the win. Hopefully we get the win next week.
All right, buddy. Well, we appreciate it, and definitely our same sentiments to the Gardner family. Christian Gardner on the number 7, the Charles Gardner Memorial 200 here tonight at Richmond. We have fun, we laugh, we cut up, we enjoy, but we also pause and reflect and acknowledge those that are currently hurting. Family, friends, loved ones at this time. Nathan, your final thoughts, bud. You have fun watching this race?
Yes.
And it was cool seeing Braxton DeWeese win your pick?
Yes.
There you go. Ready for the trucks tonight?
Yes.
All right. That's why they don't call him the best color man in the business for nothing, folks. Charles, you've been demoted. For everybody at Rocket Media LLC. For Rocket Media LLC, for Jeff Stabnow, for Charles Wooten, for my son Nathan joining me, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations, Braxton DeWeese, winner here tonight for the Charles Gardner Memorial 200 at Richmond. We'll see you next week for round 8 of the SNB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters, LSRTV.